Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to deal with a question which was asked in CSIR NET December 2013. It is a very easy question and this question is on your screen. It is based upon the chick development. So first of all, I would like to give a brief introduction about the initial stages of the chick development, and the answer will be given at the end of this video. So watch this video till the end. As you can see here, I have drawn an egg of a hen. Okay, hen's egg. As we know that hen's egg is megalethal. It means that there is a large amount of yolk in the egg of the hen. All birds have megalethal egg and telolethal egg, that is, yolk is concentrated at the vegetal pole. Okay, along with the yolk there is a blastodisc where the division takes place, where the cleavage takes place. So discoidal meroblastic cleavage occurs in the egg of the birds. Okay, what happens after that? As you can see here, the blastodisc has undergone cleavage and forms 4 to 5 layers of cells. After that, what do they do? They absorb water from the surrounding. It is surrounded by albumin. Okay, so the cells of the blastoderm absorb water from the albumin and secrete them in between the cells, okay, in the intercellular space. So in this way there is a cavity created due to this. Okay, so this cavity is called as subgerminal cavity. As you can see here, this cavity separates the epiblast from the yolk. Okay, epiblast is nothing but the blastoderm layer. Epiblast has formed the hypoblast by the process of delamination. It is a very important point that hypoblast is formed from the epiblast by the process delamination, which we would study in gastrulation. Okay, so as you can see here, epiblast and hypoblast are formed, but the hypoblast does not play any role in the formation of the embryo. I mean, the ectoderm layer, mesoderm and endoderm, all three germ layers are formed by only epiblast. Hypoblast gives signal to the epiblast cells for migration. Now as you can see here, this is the stage 10. Up to stage 13, the egg remains inside the hen's reproductive tract. After that, the egg are laid. Okay, now I will little bit discuss about the axis formation in the egg. Okay, so there are three axes, anterior posterior axis, dorsal ventral axis and left right axis. So anterior posterior axis is gravity dependent. It means that the lighter part of the blastoderm, the lighter part will form the posterior portion and the heavier part of blastoderm will form the anterior portion. So anterior posterior axis formation is gravity dependent. How does the cells migrate anterior posteriorly? So the egg is rotated inside the hen's reproductive tract for about 20 hours at the speed of 15 revolution per hour, and in this way the lighter part of blastoderm forms the posterior axis, posterior marginal zone. Okay, If I talk about dorsal ventral axis formation, then it is completely pH dependent. As you can see here, the subgerminal cavity has the pH of 6.5, whereas the albumin part has the pH of 9.5, alkaline, and this is acidic. So in this way, the alkaline portion of the epiblast will form the dorsal portion, okay, and the other portion facing subgerminal cavity forms the ventral portion. Answer to this question will be option 3.